Okay. So for future reference, here we go. So on their rampage in the galaxy, this is the only important parts, mind you. They discovered that
Guardian, by all
their
means.
spawn
Let's get started.
could kill and grow more powerful. So thralls, there became acolytes. Acolytes became knights, and so on and so forth. So as they grew stronger, they would gain more power from killing. One son in particular of Oryx.
I must admit, Guardian, I'm very curious to see what you've got for me to crack open.
Crota was a being that, though naive, was very strong. Oryx also had two twins. Well, it was one worm split into two, and so on and so forth, became two beings of the same mind. They were twins.
Yes, Guardian, by all means.
Sisters.
Let's get started.
But I guess that's not entirely important. So, the sister Savathun was very strong and very cunning, and her and the other sister went about trying to usurp their brother, now
This war is a
throne.
complicated algorithm, to be certain.
I think Oryx was spelled with an A back then, but anyway, it changed over time after the worm. The worm gave them power, it gave them immortality, because the worms themselves, the main worms, communicated with the deep, and the deep was the core of the planet, the darkness that you hear about so much in Disney. I'm kind of getting upset that Carrie's not over here listening.
The best cryptarchs dig and
I'm
dig.
listening to you on the fucking mic, man. Really?
It's about principle. My character is a scholar and is giving you your shit right now.
I'll sit fucking right here.
No. Don't fucking clean. Don't fucking clean. Sit the fuck down.
This is Jared's expertise here. You're like shitting all over his part of the role in the clan.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna cut corners here because it's not important. My main
That's
point
not
was,
important.
And then
Sorry,
Carrie's
thank you.
AFK right now. I see the little dots. I see the little dots. There you go. Bravo.
Dude, I
Carrie.
had that on the whole time you're fucking talking. And
I
now
know.
you
I
realize
saw
that?
But now I'm recording. I'm on air. I'm on live stream.
Good for you.
Welcome
Good. I'm glad you're
to
lying.
Warlock Jared's Lore Hour.
It'll be an hour if you don't shut the fuck up, Carrie.
Well, maybe I'll just fucking lead the fire team then. How about that?
Well, then you don't get the lore. And then
story.
yeah, it's a story time.
I really want to go to bed.
Story.
Do you want to know what's going on or no? Do you want to just be like, oh,
Guardian,
this is a
by all
game I
means.
shoot
No.
and
Let's
kill.
get started.
Shoot and kill, I shoot and kill. So every thrall you kill was not worthy of becoming a knight. So think about that, motherfucker. So in the first game, you kill Crota. Crota is the progeny of the king, then king, who gave himself wings out of his
Guardian,
own free will.
What puzzles do you bear?
Mind you. It's his progeny. The apple of his eye, besides his two knight sisters, the people who have death songs and they experiment with death itself. Crota was extremely strong and he lived by the way of the sword. And when I say way of the sword, it literally
to
means
me,
they
not
have
of the
swords that
darkness.
kill
I
people.
want to know.
And as they kill people, they get stronger. And so in Destiny
Some
1,
of
you
these
get a
files are
sword
older than
that
the city itself.
potentially makes you stronger as you kill more people, yada yada. That's you get a shard of Oryx's sword. And the first or the second boss you kill, the raid boss you kill, is Crota in Destiny 1, Vanilla Destiny, well, almost Vanilla Destiny. You kill him, and he's the son of Oryx, and Oryx is kind of pissed, so he comes back and he tries to fuck your shit up.
Well, there's more to it than that, but yes.
Well, I mean,
That's one of the reasons.
there's Eris Morn and shit like that, and I don't want to get into it. because
Speak to
that's
me, not
Eris
of the
Morn, and
darkness.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother.
It's a whole nother
lesson.
fucked up scenario.
It's a whole nother lesson. Okay.
What the fuck happened with her? Like, she
Who?
betrayed
Eris-
us. I'm pretty sure she betrayed us.
Eris Morn took the fuck off way before the Traveler got attacked and everything like that.
No,
Eris
no,
Morn-
yes, definitely. She bailed. She's
No,
like, fuck this shit.
Well, yeah, she bailed before that shit happened because she saw a person who was corrupted by Vex influence, and she was like, I'm fucking Audi 5000 right now.
Yeah, she knew better.
She left before the attack even was like thought of, or half thought of, rather. Anyway.
No, but that's what I mean. Is like she totally went off the
Guardian,
radars. Like she
what
was like
puzzles
she's
do
not on
you
our
have?
side.
Well, see, people are thinking that she's aligned with Savathun, so that's why Savathun is important.
Ignorance is a prison cell.
So,
We'll see that.
An engram is the key.
Carrie. See, this is the test right here. If he's even paying attention.
Remain vigilant,
Mr.
Guardian.
Gold.
We may never quite be as safe as we think.
See, this is why I
Like
don't.
you showed up to class. You showed up to class, but you aren't wearing anything.
So-
yet.
Okay, you done touching yourself?
Well, I had to take a short commercial break.
Well, you didn't
Story was
warn me, you
going forever.
motherfucker.
Don't worry, I was still listening to you.
Guardian,
Like, oh yes,
what
the Hive.
puzzles
Oh
do you bear?
yes.
Okay, so what's the test?
Right. Okay, there's no test, but
Okay. Am I allowed to get up now?
no. I got up to check someone out, but we're talking still. No.
Are we done with the story yet?
I must admit, Guardian.
No, Brian. God
Very
damn
curious
it.
to see what you've got for me to crack
Well,
open.
Taking
Okay.
forever.
Okay, well, you don't have to
Been
be
like a half
here.
hour.
Okay, you don't have
Ignorance
to
is a
be here.
prison
I'm not
cell.
fucking
Sometimes
requiring
an
anybody
Okay,
to
engram is
be
the
here.
I want to
key.
hear it though.
Okay, good.
I just want you to do that a little bit.
It's funny that you want to hear it, but you're not part of the fire team.
I am in spirit. I'm like a little ghost. Like
Fuck
I'm there, but I'm
spirits,
not
fucking
helpful.
Country music singer.
see, I'm like your ghost. I'm there, but I'm not helpful.
Exactly. Anyway. Okay. So, the three now demigods decided that they
This war
weren't
is
satisfied
a
just staying on this planet.
certain.
This is before Crota, this is before all of that. I was just trying to connect you with Destiny 1.
Decryption can
So
break your
they left the
heart
planet.
sometimes.
They were given the power to leave the planet because of these worms. So, they went on a universal-wide rampage. Well,
This war is a
more or less
continent, to be certain.
galaxy, so to speak, wide rampage. You don't get the full scale in any way, shape, or form. So, as they kill, the more they kill, the greater their power becomes. And they do become like demigods. They do become semi-immortal. And
Remain vigilant, Guardian. We may never quite be as safe as we
Oryx's
think.
daughters, the two twins, the Death Sisters, or the Death Singers, whatever the fuck they were.
Sadly, the Red
Des-
Legion's defeat
Destiny
will
1
not bring back our
Crow's
lost
first wave.
archives. Some things are finite.
They discovered something quite interesting. They discovered
Yes,
that
Guardian, by all means. Let's get
that
started.
their deaths didn't when they died, these almost deity-like beings, when they died, they didn't have to die forever. They can create something that's called a sword world, where they get to die in the regular plane of existence that you and I and all the Guardians exist in, but after they die, their spirit, their soul, goes to this
Guardian,
throne
by all
world.
means. Let's get started.
I said sword world before, that's wrong. This throne world where they are essentially immortal unless you kill them in their throne world, but nobody can really access their throne world regularly. And so
I think that's what we're gonna do in this new one.
maybe. No, I don't know about that. It's the gods of Mars. So I don't
Speak
think it
to
has
me.
Well,
any-
not in this expansion. I mean, in this, that's in Destiny 2. I mean,
probably.
Ignorance is a
But-
prison cell. Sometimes an
Tying it
engram is
more
the
into
key.
Destiny 1. I'm trying to keep it short and simple. I'm not going through all the battles and stuff that they went through in the Books of Sorrow, because that, if you Google Books of Sorrow, you can get a good majority of
This
the
war
shit
is a
without,
complicated algorithm, to be certain.
well, with more filler, rather, because there's altercations with the Vax and yada yada. But long story short, Crota, well, Crota's dad, Oryx, one of the original three that became
Remain
a male,
vigilant, Guardian.
through his
We
own
may never
wings,
quite be as
communed
safe
with the
as
dark,
we think.
created the Taken by going into the darkness. He communed with the deep, and he wrestled with his worm that was inside of him. He wrestled within himself to talk to this worm, to go into the deep. And the deep is, aka, the darkness in the Destiny lore. He went into the deep and he found the darkness itself. He communed with darkness incarnate. And he
Some of these files are
achieved
rolled
a
into
new
the
power
city itself. That
to take souls from the real world and make them semi-ethereal. He took them and he created the Taken. So every Taken you see, the reason why there are different races, different species in the Destiny lore, such as the Fallen, the Cabal, yada yada, and the Hive, is because
we live
Oryx
in dangerous
straight
times,
took
Guardian.
them from the real
I
world,
hope you have something.
pulled them into the deep, and pushed them back
Safe.
out as different things. So that's where the Taken came from. They're not of
pretty
this
much
world.
Oryx is a fucking badass, and he's the biggest bad we face, and we got rid of him. But how do you get rid of a
Remain
demigod?
vigilant, Guardian.
Oh, yeah.
Or good.
Well, he's a
As
god.
safe as we think.
Oryx is a demigod. I mean, not Oryx, sorry. Crota is a
Circumstances
and he
change.
killed him
Yeah.
in his throne room. The
So
final
we
death.
killed the biggest baddie god in the world, but not in his underworld. So
We
there's
did.
total room for him to come back, especially since the fucking Taken are still fucking here.
This war is a
Oh.
complicated algorithm, to be
With
certain.
Oryx?
You realize the Taken have not gone anywhere,
Yeah, that's because they have a new controller.
but
That's
ooh,
that's
they've
what
never. They were like, oh, someone will take up the mantle soon,
That's what
but
I'm gonna
they didn't clarify who.
That's what I'm gonna get into.
I'm thinking it's one of the sisters, to be honest.
It's definitely a sister. The only sister we've encountered so far. Is
Which
Self.
I would really think it's the most relevant sister.
Well,
Speak
so
to
far,
me, not
unless
the
there's a
darkness.
Destiny 3.
Because there's only one sister they've ever hinted to, is the one where With what's her face?
Savathun.
Yeah.
Okay, so after
Decryption can
decades
break
and
your
decades,
heart sometimes.
well, centuries of fighting and fighting and fighting, they came upon an enemy that was mutual. And they've killed each other back and forth billions
Guardian,
of times,
what
more
puzzles
times
do you
than
bear?
the human mind can even contemplate. And every time they kill each other, it's to become stronger in themselves.
The mystery is
From every death,
you
you
never
learn.
know what you're
Every
going to
death,
find.
you grow experience. And that's what they did. And so every time they killed each other, it wasn't the final death. It was a death to be reborn stronger and more complete in their knowledge. And so the navigator that Oryx was, he went out, he tried to find more
Guardian,
stuff,
by all
but
means. Let's get started.
while he was communing with the deep to try to find the Taken, he came back, and guess who was waiting for him there? His sisters. Killed them. He killed them in a throne world. And I'm not sure if he killed them in their own throne world, but he killed them in their throne world. And that was a death that is a final death.
The world's
So,
changing,
after
Guardian.
centuries
You
of
must
pillaging
prepare
and
adapt.
killing and growing stronger, and the children of their children of their children coming up with the same caste system, the thralls kill to become stronger. But they give some energy to the acolytes, and the acolytes kill to grow stronger, and they give some energy to the knights, and so on and so forth up the caste system until it reaches Oryx. Because, see, the thing about worms that is in each and every hive that we encounter, and
Decryption can
you don't get
break
to see it
your
now
heart
because
sometimes.
it's not in, well, it's semi on Titan. That's true. It's semi on Titan, where you go in and you find the egg sacs and you find the worms on the floor. Worms become more and more hungry. The more they're satiated, the more they hunger, the more they need.
Guardian,
The more power
what
that
puzzles
you
do
have,
bear?
the more power that they need. And so, killing millions didn't even fucking touch
New worlds mean new
Crota,
secrets.
or not Crota, sorry, Oryx's appetite. Didn't even satiate him just in the little bit. So he had to create this caste system, which his sisters followed suit very soon. To where every kill that a thrall made went up the system, and so the worm of Oryx himself, or Savathun herself, was satiated.
Alright, I gotta get off. I gotta go to bed.
Okay.
You can finish your
Guardian,
story.
What puzzles
I already
do
know
you
what
bear?
happened, so.
Good job.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Brian.
Alright.
I'll make it
This
quick.
story
Harry.
almost done.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Okay, so when they've died in throne worlds, they died, quote unquote, their final deaths. The point of Destiny 2 is
The
that
world's changing,
we're seeing
Guardian.
people
You must
that
prepare
are
and
called
adapt.
Savathuns, such and such, Savathuns, yada yada, rituals and stuff that are supposed to be attributed to Savathun. She's supposed to be dead, but it might not have been her final death because she was the craftiest and most sneaky out of the three. Oryx died in Destiny 1. It was the third and final raid boss.
Remain vigilant, Guardian. We may never
I
quite
mean, there
be
was
as safe
there's
as we
Skolas,
think.
but he wasn't really a raid. He was more like a weird prison of elders
Ignorance
thing.
is a prison
But
cell. Something
everything that you see, all the hive that you see, you're thinking, oh wait, is this Oryx's brood? And then you think, oh wait, Oryx is dead. All his brood is dead. So it's Savathun, the secret sister, the most
Yes, Guardian. By all
maniacal
means.
and
Let's get started.
sinister sister. is the one that is going on behind the sidelines, pulling the strings and bringing about the destruction of everything.
Sadly, the Red
And
Legion's
Eris
defeat
Morn,
will not bring
she was
back
part
our
of the
lost
first one.
archives.
I don't know if you saw any of the
Our
promotional
final-
materials. She was the chick with the 3 eyes and stuff. But she is... Huh?
I think I saw.
We live in dangerous times, Guardian.
Supposedly,
I hope you have something for me that might help
she
make it safer.
might be part of Savathun's team. So she might betray us. So Eris Morn might betray us. But anyway, so the Hive are worm-infested individuals that have been attributed to the Akar Hama, which are many exotics in the world are attributed to these dragons, which are also called the same things, and whisper secrets and wishes and yada yada, such as the same worms did to the Oryx and his brood across the way. The point I'm trying to make is that the Hive are only here because they have a leader. Hive don't work on their own. So Savathun is still alive. Not only is she alive, she's trying to gain power. And by gaining power, she has to do these rituals. And if you pay attention in the beginning of the story, they're like, oh no, we're on Titan. Why is there... What? I hate to think what those rituals are about. It's Savathun. She's trying to make herself not only a spirit from her throne world, but now trying to make herself corporeal here in our world.
Even with the most difficult ciphers,
So,
all that is required is the right key.
what we just did in that past strike, killing Savathun's yada yada, Savathun's song, they came up with death songs. These
Speak
death
to
songs...
me not of the darkness.
Oh God, I
want no part.
have the hiccups. Just a second. These songs bring death itself. So, when we killed Savathun's song, it was a big part
This war is a complicated
of her second coming.
certain.
So, we are dealing with a god right now. We're going to have
Guardian,
to, with not
what
this
puzzles do you bear?
next, whatchamacallit, expansion, but the one after
Some of
that,
these files are older than the city itself.
probably,
Wait, isn't there all this? There's only 2 expansions.
for now. The one after that, because there's Osiris and then there's the gods of Mars.
Of Mars.
So the one after that
Speak to me not of the darkness.
is most likely going to be Hive related. And it's going to be Savathun, which so far we've stopped in her tracks, but that's not going to last for long. So, long story short, the Hive are coming. They've got a god on their side, and we don't know what to do with it.